Telling time is essential in everyday life. People need to know how to tell time and figure out the amount of time it takes to complete daily tasks, to get to various places, and in general for time management. However, many children have difficulties with time because of its abstract nature and because it just doesn't go easily with other topics of measurement. You can't go into a store and buy a dozen minutes like you would buy a dozen cookies, or you can't pick up 1 hour in your hand to measure it like you could pick up 1 pound of butter with your hand. It therefore reasons that it may be even more difficult for students to comprehend how much time has elapsed or how much time they have to complete a task. You can't see time pass the same way you can see a stream flowing by. It can't be touched, which makes measuring and calculating time intervals difficult for students. Kids usually have enough experience of regular events in their day-to-day life, such as getting up to eat breakfast, walking, and sleeping, but it's the idea of time passing that can present difficulties. To develop an understanding of the concept of time, students need to make connections between mathematics and realistic situations. It is through this project that I wanted my students who are having difficulties developing the concept of time passing to make the connections between math and real-life situations. I use the learning theory of social constructivism because it involves learning through a peer and provides scaffolding to the struggling student. I believe that sometimes students can learn better from another students because they talk their language, and they may feel more comfortable admitting to a friend that they don't understand how to do something. I used the 3 high-achieving students who I had also used in my audio interview project. These 3 students agreed to be student teachers. I then asked my students who were struggling with the concept of elapsed time to choose one of the teachers, whoever they felt most comfortable with. I gave the students a worksheet with elapsed time math problems, each problem related to a situation which they would encounter in real life, such as how to figure out how long it takes to do a homework assignment, or what time to leave their house to go to work on time. The peer teachers then took the students to a quiet location and showed their student how to solve the problems. They used clocks as manipulatives to show the students how time passed in the problems. They also showed them other ways, like making timelines, they were like number lines, and making tally marks. For the next few days, the students used the same problems with their peer teacher next to them to step them through the process and to help them use the manipulatives. After 3 sessions, I had the students use the same problems they had been working on, but did not have the peer teacher help them. The students did show some growth, comparing their first worksheet, which was one they did even before they were assigned a peer teacher, to their last worksheet, which was the same as the problems in the first worksheet. Generally, most of the students got 2 or 3 more problems correct than they did on their first attempt. One student saw a 100% improvement. Here is what he had to say about the peer-teacher experience. Tyler, why is it important to know how long it takes to do something?
Because in real life, when you grow up and you're at work, you have to leave for a dentist appointment. And when you're at work, you have to know how long it takes to get from your work to your dentist. And you use time in your life like all the time. You have to know how long it takes to get from school to home, and if you have a basketball game at 4:30 and you get home and you don't know what time you get home, then you might miss your basketball game or something even more important.
Okay, good. All right. Now, when we started this project, you were having some troubles figuring out how long it would take to get from one place to another, or how much time had elapsed. Can you explain what type of troubles you were having with those problems?
I didn't understand them. They were very hard to understand. I failed all of them when I did them.
Okay. All right, so then you worked with one of the kids in the classroom. That was your peer teacher. So what types of things did your peer teacher teach you to do then to solve these type of problems?
Well, he taught me how to use military time for them time problems, and it helped a lot. And we had a clock which he taught me how to use better, and it just works better because you can keep track of your time, and when you do it on your fingers, you get up to 17 and then you lost. You can't remember where you're at, so it's just simpler.
Okay. So do you think that Corey helped you learn something?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thanks a lot, Tyler. If I had more time for this project, I would have given the students additional problems, ones that they hadn't seen before, to see if they could apply the strategies that their peer teacher taught them to the other scenarios. The kids enjoyed working with their peers, and this is something that I will continue to do in the future, not only for math class, but for other subjects as well. Thanks for watching.